Hi, Brenda Grung, she, hers. So I have some tips to share from the Memories in the Making art program. And Memories in the Making was started by Alzheimer's Orange County in California. And the Alzheimer's Association of Colorado ran or offered the Memories in the Making program for 30 years. 30 years. Can you imagine how many lives were touched? Earlier this year, the Alzheimer's Association sunsetted their hosting of the program, and they offered the program to Be Growth Dementia Education. And so we are super honored and aware of the weight and the history of this awesome program. And so I want to share with you a few tips from Memories in the Making. And just in a nutshell, Memories in the Making is an art program, and we're going to talk about watercolor today, but you can use other media. And I think I would highlight a couple of different things. One, Memories in the Making recognizes the individual as an artist. So this is not craft time. It's not copy, a piece time. This is an opportunity for your person to use art to create, to be creative, to tell a story. And so I'm going to share some tips and some examples with you. And if this is something that interests you, Be Growth Dementia Education does offer a online certification course to become a certified Memories in the Making facilitator. So the first thing we're going to talk about is setting up the space. And so in our example, we're going to talk about watercolors, but you want the space for your artist, for your person, to be clutter-free. If there are a group of people, you want to make sure each person has kind of their station. And with the paper, you want to secure it with painter's tape or low-tack tape. So this is the watercolor paper. With Memories in the Making, we use artist quality materials. This is 140-pound watercolor paper, but we secure it, and that's for a few different reasons. Now, often watercolorists will secure their paper, but this is also for other reasons for our artist. One, the painter's tape helps to pop out the paper. If you didn't use the painter's tape, the artist may have difficulty seeing where the table and the paper begins and ends. So first step is secure the paper. The second step is you may find that your artist is more inspired by a different size of paper. Sometimes that is maybe easier for them to reach or kind of resonates with them. Third step is there's no wrong. These are two of my favorite pieces, and we would never say to a Memories in the Making artist, oh, don't do this. No, the cow should be brown. We would never say this. This is one of my favorite pieces. I absolutely love it. And then similarly, this piece. So whatever the artist creates is valuable and is right. The fourth step that I'll share is that with Memories in the Making, let's say there's a group. It's not arts and crafts, so and it's not sip and paint. So every artist is not going to create the same thing. They're going to create their own thing. And so this is a group that maybe had a theme of birds, but you see every bird is completely different. And the originality of the artist is visible. Fifth thing, inspiration objects or prompts are really important within Memories in the Making. Some of you watching this, you are artists in your own right. You could start with a blank piece of paper. But for MIM, we give individuals objects to choose from to use as an inspiration piece. It doesn't mean they have to paint that piece, but if it speaks to them or it helps draw them out, then that's wonderful. The next step, I think it's number 6, I lost track. You may find that your person doesn't want to paint a landscape or a person or a thing, but they may just enjoy patterns. And this is one I absolutely love. It makes me think of stained glass. Makes me think of a winter woods scene. So it doesn't have to be maybe more traditional objects. This is one that I think has such depth and power. And the title of this one, and it's really important, so number 7, it's really important to have the artist title their piece. And I think some of us look at this piece and have different thoughts. The title of this piece is Canyonlands. Just gives so much more depth, doesn't it? I love it without the title, and with the title, it gives layers. 8th and final step that I'll share is related to, with Memories in the Making, we always have the artist title their work, and we always record the reminiscence, the story, whatever message comes out, either as the artist is working on their piece or as they're talking about it later. So I'm going to show a few examples. So this one, and I think and I hope as you hear these examples, you'll also hear the power of Memories in the Making, that it's not simply an art program. So the journal entry, the story for this one is, it's a young lady. She came to our country church that had suffered several damages. This church didn't ever have enough money to help all the time, but we did our best. This girl worked at our church and did many great deeds. So you see, this is not just a piece that this artist did. It's something that came out of them. It's a reminiscence they had. It maybe activated a story that maybe they hadn't shared before. There's this piece. And this story is, they used to have a ranger tower. You could see all around there. You could see Mount Meeker and Long's Peak. There were a lot of evergreen trees that covered the area. So you get a sense of the depth of what our artists are portraying, what they're recalling, what maybe be triggering for them in a positive way. And then this one, I'll show you one more. This one says, I used to have a black cat. He was pure black, called and named Midnight. I like dogs, but I had a cat. And so we get this story. And then lastly is one I showed you before, this one, which I love. It's one of my favorites. This description is, when he was 12 years old, he milked cows and he fed the pigs. He also delivered newspapers and drove taxi cabs when he was 17 years old. So Memories in the Making is more than simply an art program. It is an art program. It's an art program that acknowledges our person as a full, vibrant artist. And there's some tools we have to help our artist and our person be successful. And also, it is a space that our artists can help to communicate with us, can help to recall stories, can help to share stories. So I hope that was helpful. Those are some of my favorite pieces. Memories in the Making is amazing. Okay, thank you.